Hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. How are you? All good? Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. You know, the topic is vocabulary. Okay. Um, it's the most interesting topic that you will find in your entire syllabus, right? So we are going to have fun in today's class. Before that, tell me, how was your week? What did you do? Did you do anything interesting throughout your week? Are you good? Did you revise what we have learned in the previous classes? We are already done with nouns and pronouns, right? So have you revised your previous classes? Little bit, thoda sa. Okay. So today we are not going to talk about any topic, any grammatical topic. Today our topic is vocabulary, right? And vocabulary is very interesting. Why? Because you are going to learn about many words of English language today. Okay, what is the meaning of vocabulary? You know what is the meaning of vocabulary? Vocabulary is not any grammatical topic. Okay, so vocabulary is all the words that you know of any language. If the language is Odia, then it has its own vocabulary. If it is Spanish, it has its own vocabulary. If it is French, it has its own vocabulary. Any language has its own vocabulary. All the words in that language, right? Now, obviously, it's not possible for us to know about all the words in a language, right? But some of the common words, their synonyms, their antonyms, the meanings of those words, how you can use those words in sentences, all those things we are going to discuss in today's class. This is my favorite class because we are going to talk about many words, okay? And there is no concept, no particular concept that I will be explaining and you will be getting bored. It's like we will be having a game, okay? It's going to be fun, right? Okay, hello, I can see everyone is saying hello. Good evening, good evening. Yes. Hi. Someone is saying I'm Shubham. Hi, Shubham. You couldn't come to the class. I think you can see. These classes are streamed on YouTube, right? So if you have missed the previous classes, you can go back to those classes. Okay. If you have missed the previous classes, you can go back to those classes. Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. Okay. So directly we will start with our questions. Okay, the thing is that okay, let's discuss one by one. So the first thing is the correct name of the group. The correct name of the group. Name of the group is also known as what? Name of a group is also known as, we have already done in our in the class where we were talking about nouns. Name of a group is a collective noun, right? See, the questions in vocabulary, we will have many types of questions, okay? That is why you will not be bored. You will have this kind of questions. You will have homonyms, you will have synonyms, you will have antonyms, you will have rearranging the words, various types of questions we are going to discuss, okay? So let's start with this first type where you will have to identify the correct collective noun for the words that are given in the questions. The first word is singers. The first word is singers. You will have to tell me what is the collective noun that you use for singers. Do you use square? Do you use gang? Do you use panel? Or do you use baby? Which one is the correct collective noun that you will be using for singers? One, One, you are saying A. Okay. Can you tell me when do you use baby? When do you use baby? When do you use gang? When do you use panel? When do you use these collective words? You use gang with which one? You use gang with which noun? Gang of thieves. You can use gang of thieves, right? Okay, gang of thieves. If you use, when do you use panel? When do you use panel? Panel. Can anyone tell me when do you use panel and when do you use bevy? These two words, when do you use? See, only the correct noun, like the correct answer, is not the problem. Okay, we will have to know about all the other options. Then only you will have a strong vocabulary, because vocabulary you do not get in one book. There are many words, so you will have to be clear with all the other options. That what are the other options? So panel is like a jury, right? A jury is used for judges, where in one table there are many judges sitting. Panel can be used for experts. Panel of experts, you can say. Bevy you can use for swans. So gang you can use for thieves. Gang of thieves you can use. Panel you can use for experts, people who are experts in one particular reach area, and they are coming together, they are forming a group, that will make a panel. And bevy you will be using for birds like swans, and queer is correct for singers, right? Okay, let's come to number 2. Chickens is very easy. The options are also very easy. You use chickens. Which collective noun do you use with chickens? Panel of experts. Absolutely. That is what I was saying. Panel of experts. Okay. Question number 2B. Brood of chickens. Acha, tell me about the other options. Tell me about swarm. Tell me where can you use cluster. Tell me where can you use herd. Where can you use swarm, cluster and herd? It's okay. It's okay. You can use swarm with what? Swarm is very easy. Swarm is mostly used for one particular insect, right? So swarm is used for bees. Swarm is used for bees. Cluster, cluster is mostly used for stars. For stars, you can say cluster of stars. You can say cluster of houses. When many houses, they come together side by side, very near, very closely. They have been, built. So that is known as a cluster. In villages, you can see cluster of houses, right? So it can also be cluster of houses. And herd, you can use herd for goats. Herd of goat. Okay. Herd of goats. Okay, fine. Okay. Chal. So, swarm, and the correct answer is brood of chickens. Okay. Now come to number 3. Come to number 3. Mountains. Come to number 3. Mountains. Herd of cows is also correct. Herd of cattle is also correct. Okay, mountains. Question number 3. 3D, you are saying range. Range is correct. Herd of elephants is also correct. See, some of the collective nouns, they can be used with more than one noun, right? Like I said, cluster. Cluster can be used with stars also. Cluster can be used with houses also. Okay. So similarly, herd is a very common collective noun. You can use herd with many other words. Acha, mountain ranges is correct. Tell me about staff. Tell me about brood. Brood of chickens you have already done. Tell me about group. When can you use staff? When can you use staff? Collective noun staff you can use with which noun? Yes. Staff is also known as employee. Staff is also known as employee, right? Staff is used for employees. Group of employees, they are known as staff. Employees or workers. Like in an office, there are many employees who are working. So together they are known as staff. All the teachers in a school, those who teach, they make a group that is known as a staff. That is where the word comes staff room. That is which causes the word staff room, right? Where the teachers sit and do their work, right? That is known as staff room. That comes from the word staff, as used for a group of employees. Brood, you have just now done, brood of chickens, fine. Group, when can you use group? All these words are grouping words only, right? Group can be used for anyone. Tell me, when can you use group? A group of what? A group of employees is known as staff, and a group of students. A group of students is known as what? A group of students is known as class. A class. A group of students is known as a class. Um, a group of people is known as a crowd. So group can be used with any of those words, but all those groups, they have separate names. Okay. Now let's go at a mountain range. We were talking about mountain range. So what is a mountain range? When many mountains, they come together, like these kind of drawings you draw, right? So all these mountains, they come together, they form a group, and that is known as a mountain range. Can you name a mountain range in India? Kindly type the name of a mountain range. Name a mountain range in India. One mountain range. The Himalayas. Very good. Very good. And I absolutely like the fact that you use the article the before Himalayas. So when we talk about articles, or when we will be talking about articles in the next classes, you will come to know that Himalayas, this is a mountain range. And before the name of a mountain range, you always use this article, the. Okay? The Himalayas. Okay, very good. Clap for yourself. That was a good one. That was a very, very good one. Wonderful. Good job. Now come to number B. Choose the correct spelling. So that was a type of question where you were identifying the collective nouns. Now here you will have to tell me which one is the correct spelling. Now for correct spellings, the idea is to break the words into syllables. Have we spoken about syllables before? What are syllables? The word is syllables. Do not answer the questions right now. I am not looking at your chats. Do not answer the questions right now. Okay, syllables. What are syllables? Syllables are part of a word that can be pronounced at a time. Part of a word that can be pronounced at a time. Like if I say, let me take someone's name, for example, Ashmita. So if I take this name, Ashmita, so how much of this word are you able to pronounce at a time? Can you pronounce Ashmita at a time? No. You will have to break the word. So first you say Ashmita. So this one portion of the word, or each portion of the word that you pronounce at a time, is known as syllables. Now your idea, your trick to find out the correct spelling of the word is to break the word and understand the pronunciation. Your correct word is ambition. Your correct word is ambition. So you will have to break the word into am, be, and then shan. Ambition. This is your correct word. So as you break the word, you can find out that the first spelling ambition, the first spelling where it is written A-M-I-B, that is ambition, that is wrong. That is not a word. If you go to number C, ambition, S-H-I-O-N, shun, ambition, that is wrong. This is not the correct spelling. The second one, the fourth one, ambition. The fourth one again you see, ambition. This is also the wrong spelling because if you break the word, ambition is not coming. It is coming as ambition. Ambition is also not a word. So your correct spelling is which one? Ambition. For B, ambition, ambition. So it is not possible that all the spellings you will be knowing, right? Most of the spellings you must know, but then all the words you may not know. So then in that case, you will have to try to break the word and try to understand what can be the correct spelling. Okay? Try to break the word into syllables. Okay, come to number 5. The word is adventure. You can see. Tell me which one is the correct spelling for adventure. These are very common words. Correct spelling for adventure. Question number 5. 5, someone is saying 5C. Okay, can you, very good. 5C is the correct spelling. Can you tell me the meaning of venture? Can you tell me the meaning of venture? Venture itself is a word, and then add. This is a prefix that has been used. Adventure. Can you tell me what is the correct meaning of venture? Venture means what? Venture means venture means to go on a tour, right? A joyous tour. Venture means a joyous tour. Now, when this prefix "ad" is used to it, it means that joyous tour which involves risks, risk, right? So what is the meaning of adventure? You go on a trip, but it involves risks. Like, people go for paragliding, people go for trekking, like you are climbing high up on a mountain with very stiff walls, right? And that is very risky. You go for paragliding, that involves risk. You go for parasailing, that involves risk. So these are all adventures, adventurous sports. So adventure, this word also is related to the word adventurous. This word is also related to the word, where do I write? This word is also related to the word adventurous. See if I am writing the correct spelling of adventurous. That is the correct spelling of adventurous. Adventurous. Similarly, can you tell me an word related to ambition? Can you tell me a word related to ambition? A word hiking. Yes, hiking is also an example of adventure. Adventurous sport. Hiking is adventurous sport. To explore. Exactly, to explore. But then that involves risk, right? Adventure. Okay, someone is saying ambitious. So ambition, this word is also related to ambitious. Ambitious. Okay, very good. Okay. Now, can you come to the question number 6? Accommodation. Yes. Let me see who tells me the correct spelling of accommodation. 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 Which one is the correct spelling of accommodation? Tell me. 6. 6. 6. I knew. Look properly. Look properly at the word. Yes, only two children have given the correct answer. This is accommodation. So accommodation has 2C and 2M. Remember this rule. It has 2C, 2M. Accommodation. Many of you are choosing number B, but you are only choosing number B for 2C. But you are not seeing that there is only single M. Accommodation has 2C and 2M. Similarly, accommodation means a place to live, right? Accommodation, a place to live. You will have to find your own accommodation when you go for a tour. You need to find a place where you need to live. Acha. The same thing happens with this word tomorrow. Many of you make a mistake with this word tomorrow. You often, please go through this spelling. You often write this as your spelling. You often go for double M, but that is wrong. The correct spelling is Tomorrow. This is your correct spelling. This is the wrong spelling, okay? Similar thing happens with refer. Refer. Refer is this. Reference is REFERENCE. Reference. When the word is referred, what happens? When the word is referred, what happens? See why I am discussing these words? Because these, we have observed that these are the words where you make the maximum mistakes. Right? When this word, with the case with refer is, you use double F in places where it is not needed. You use double F where it is not needed. If the word is referred, REFERRED, this is your correct spelling. If you are writing REFFERED, this is your wrong spelling. Okay? So tomorrow, TOMORROW, tomorrow is your correct spelling. Referred, REFERRED, referred is your correct spelling. Accommodation, the ACCOMMODATION. That is your correct spelling. Got it? 6B is not correct. 6B is reference. Reference, you do not have double R. When you are writing reference, you do not have double R. Reference, you have single R. When it is referred, in that case, you have double R. Okay? Okay. Chalo. Tomorrow, TOMMOROW, that is wrong. TOMMOROW, that is wrong. Correct spelling is TOMORROW. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next questions. Now, read the analogies and choose the most suitable answer based on them. Analogies. What is the meaning of analogies? What is the meaning of analogies? Analogies means comparisons. So one comparison is given to you and you will have to identify the other correct comparison. Okay. So understand the comparison first. Question number 7. If good is to better. Good is to better. What is better? Better is the comparative degree of good. Better is the comparative degree. So you will have to find the comparative degree of cool. You will have to find the comparative degree of cool. Comparative degree of cool. So now what is the comparative degree of cool? 7B, cooler. 7B, cooler. Why not coldest? Because coldest is the superlative degree of cold. Coldest is the superlative degree of cold. What about warm? Warm itself is the positive degree. If you will change it into comparative, it will become warmer. In superlative, it becomes warmest. And good itself is the positive degree. We were supposed to find out the comparative degree of cool, right? Okay. Now come to question number 8. So these are the most fun questions. These are the most fun questions, right? Come to question number 8. So if December is to winter, so if December, this also judges your critical thinking power. These questions, they judge your critical thinking power, right? If December is winter, then what is March? What is March? Which season comes in March? In March comes spring. In March comes spring. Acha, freezer. Now see, we were supposed to find out a season. We were supposed to find out a season. Winter is a season. But freezer is not a season. Freezer is not a season. So that option is wrong. Autumn is a season, but autumn doesn't come in March. Autumn doesn't come in March. Rains again is not a season. Monsoon is the season, but rains is not a season, right? Okay, so the correct answer is spring. Holi, you celebrate Holi in spring, right? So when do you celebrate Holi? In March, right after the exam. Holi, you celebrate Holi, or maybe at times it comes in the middle of your final exam also, right? Okay, now come to question number 9. If wheat is to chapati, so if you use wheat to make a chapati, today's class is very interesting. Now I can see, if you use wheat to make chapati, then what do you use to, like, what do you make using milk? What do you make using milk? Do you make a cow using milk? Do you make a buffalo using milk? Do you make butter using milk? Do you make white using milk? What do you make using milk? Acha, someone is saying, I didn't understand. I didn't understand which one, question number 8 or question number 9? Question number 8, you have a doubt. Tell me your doubt. Tell me what is the doubt. So winter, what is the season that is in December? In December it is winter, right? So if in December it is winter, then which season comes in March? Which season comes in March? Spring comes in March, right? What are the 6 seasons? What are the 6 seasons that you have? I will explain question number 8 once, because there are some doubts with some people. Just have some patience, okay? The others, have some patience till I explain question number 8 once more. Tell me, what are the seasons? Summer, autumn, monsoon, autumn, though I am supposed to write in capital letter. Then winter, then spring. These are your seasons, right? Yes? Yes. Pre-winter, I am not going into pre-winter. Okay. Now, all these, there are months. Tell me, find out the months. If you will go and find out the months, then you will see that November, December, January, these are the 3 months for winter, right? November, December, January, these are the 3 months for winter. Then February, March, these are for spring. Then April, May, these are for summer. June, July. August also at times is for monsoon. September, October, these are for autumn, right? So then, if December is to winter, then March is to what? March is to spring. ठीक है? That was the question. I think now you are clear with it. Okay? Okay. Now let's go to question number 9. Now question number 9 was, if you use wheat to make chapati. What is chapati? Chapati is roti. Okay. If you use wheat to make chapati, then what do you make out of milk? Out of milk, what do you make? Out of milk, you make butter. Out of milk, you make butter. Yes, see, there are many seasons as such, 6 seasons. I chose the main 5. I was more concerned with the questions, okay? I hope the question is clear, okay? Okay. Acha, so you use milk to make butter. Now, what about cow and buffalo? You get milk from cow and buffalo, but the question was not that from where you get wheat. The question was, what do you make out of milk? So what can you prepare out of milk? You can prepare butter from milk. So answer is butter. Cow and buffalo, you get milk from cow and buffalo, and white is the color of milk. White is not something that you can prepare from milk, right? So if wheat is to chapati, if you can make chapati out of wheat, then what can you make from milk? You can make butter from milk. ठीक है? Chalo. Okay. Now let's go to the next questions. Now let's go to the next question. Choose the correct homophones. First, you will have to know what is the meaning of homophones. What are homophones? Because before we go into the questions, what are homophones? Homophones are two or more than two words that are having same sound or same pronunciation. Same kind of pronunciation, but different spellings, and different meanings. Different meanings. They are known as homophones. Phones comes from the word sound, phonetics, right? So homophones, same kind of pronunciation, but the spellings can be different, the meanings can be different. They are known as homophones. Clear? Okay. Now let's go to the questions. If you will see the options, you will see that the options are pronounced, the pronunciations are all mostly similar, but the meaning and the spellings are different. So coming to question number 10. Next month, my little sister will turn dash years old. Next month, my little sister will turn 2 years old. TWO, this is correct. What about TO2? TO2, this is a preposition. TO2, this is a preposition. Too, this is an adjective. Too much, this is an adjective. And what about toe? What about toe? Toe is a body part. The fingers of your legs, right? They are known as the toe. These are body parts. So see, all the options, they are having mostly similar pronunciation. TO2, TWO2, TOO2, TOE, toe. But the meanings are different, the spellings are different. Come to question number 11. Can you dash me a glass of water? Can you dash me a glass of water? 10B is not correct. Question number 10B is not correct. I am in question number 10. You guys are in question number 11. Someone is in 12. 10B is not correct. 10B is not correct. No, your correct answer is 10D. Can you pour me a glass of water? Pour. जग से glass में पानी को डालना is known as pour. You pour liquid. Okay. Pour, pour. Now, pour itself has two meaning. Okay. Pour in this case is a verb when you are pouring the water from the jug in the glass into the glass. Pour also means when it rains. It's pouring. We often say when it is raining, it's pouring, right? So pour itself has two meanings, but here in context to this question, we will go for 10D, P-O-U-R, pour. Now, what about pure? Pure is something that doesn't have any dirt, right? Pure can be opposite to dirty. Pure can be opposite to dirty, right? Pure. Pure, something that has no dirt. It's absolutely pure. Pure drinking water, right? Okay. Coming poor, many of you were going for this option. Poor means poor is related to poverty. Poor is the opposite to rich, right? So poor is related to poverty. Poor, nobody chose this option. That is correct. Purr is the sound of the cat. Sound of cat. That is purr. And the correct answer for this question is pour. P-O-U-R. Pour. Okay. Now come to question number 12. Radhika will dash her homework after school. Radhika will dash her homework after school. Question number 12. A is do. Do. B, option number B is D-E-W, do. Option number C is D-O-W, do. Option number D is D-U-E, do. So see, mostly all the pronunciations are same. But which one is the correct answer? Radhika will dash her homework after school. Radhika will do her homework after school. There could have been one more option, D-O-U-G-H. This is also do. What is this? What is the meaning of D-O-U-G-H? Do. D-O-U-G-H, do is the dough that you make of flour, right? Your mama, when she's cooking roti, when she's making roti, she makes the dough of atta, right? That is D-O-U-G-H, do. Okay. Now, very good. Let's come to question number 13. Let's come to question number 13. So, you can see all the words are very, very important, right? Come to question number 13. Choose the most suitable word to complete each sentence. Now, here what is happening? Here, all the options that are given that are very close to each other. These are not homophones. Okay, these are not homophones. These are completely different words. But the meanings of the words are very close to each other. You will have to choose the appropriate, the suitable word for this sentences. Okay, so now question number 13 says, the dash gave the cat an injection. The dash gave the cat an injection. Which one can you use? Can you use dentist? Can you use chemist? Can you use veterinarian? Can you use geologist? Which one is the correct word? Now, all the words are related to doctors. All the words are related to doctors. But which one is the correct word? First, dentist. Dentist is the doctor for the teeth. Who is a dentist? Dentist is the doctor for your teeth. Who is a chemist? A chemist is a person who knows about medicines, who knows about medicines. Chemist. You go to the chemist to get your medicines. Veterinarian. Veterinarian. In short, you also call him a vet. In short, you also call him a vet. The full word is veterinarian. Who is a veterinarian? He is a doctor for animals. Doctor for animals. Who is a geologist? Is a geologist also a doctor? Is geologist, the meaning of geologist is also like, is geologist a person who treats people? Geologist is also a doctor. Who is a geologist? Not only pets. A veterinarian doesn't only take care of your pet animals. He can take care of any animals. Okay. Geologist Geologist. Who is a geologist? So a geologist is a person who studies about the earth, who studies about the planet Earth. Now he can study about the soil of Earth, he can study about the physical bodies, the water bodies of Earth, anything that involves the Mother Earth, the planet Earth. He is known as a geologist, he or she. So geologist has nothing to do with treating people. Okay, though this word often confuses us, we often think, are geologist and zoologist. Geologist, where is the confusion? The confusion is between geologist and zoologist. Zoologist is a person who studies about animals. He again is not a doctor. He only studies about the animals. He doesn't treat animals. Okay. So dentist is a person who treats or who takes care of your teeth. Is a doctor of our teeth. A chemist is a person who has knowledge about medicine, who sells medicine, who knows about medicine. Veterinarian is a doctor for animals, and a geologist is a person who studies about the planet Earth. And by now you have understood that here your correct answer is option C, veterinarian. The veterinarian gave the cat an injection. The vet gave the cat an injection. Okay. Okay. Chalo. Come to question number 14. Take a deep dash and try again. Take a deep dash and try again. Question number 14. Question number 14A is your correct answer. Take a deep breath and try again. That is your correct answer. Breath is a noun. Breathing. Why can't I choose breathing? If I can choose breath, why can't I choose breathing? Because breathing is a verb and you can't use a verb over there. What is broad? Broad is just the opposite of narrow. Broad is just the opposite of narrow. And what is bread? Bread is your food, right? So your correct option over here is breath. Now come to question number 15. A dash is employed to teach the children in a household. A dash is employed. This is a very interesting question. A very interesting question. Let me see who can tell me the answer of this question. A dash is employed to teach the children in a household. Option A is governess. Option B is governor. Option C is government. And option D is govern. Which one is the correct option? Question number 15. Wow, someone is saying government. Yes. Yes. The government is being employed to teach the children in a household. The government has nothing better to do apart from teaching the children in the household. Oi, the correct answer is governess. Your correct answer over here is governess. A governess is mostly a female whom your parents employ to teach the children the household work. This actually used to happen in the in the old times. In the old times, what used to happen? The parents of little kids, they used to bring some female like a teacher at their home, right? And that lady, she used to teach the small kids of that family about the etiquettes and manners, behaviors that should be followed in a household. How to arrange your bed, how to behave with your elders, how to eat when you are sitting in a dining table, how to hold the fork, how to hold the spoon, how to talk to people, right? So all these manners and etiquettes were taught by the governess. Okay, so your correct answer over here is governess. Governor, governor is the head of the state, like the CM, the chief minister. Odisha has its own governor, right? There is a chief minister of a state and then there is a governor of a state. Government is obviously the ministers who are involved to take care of the state. That is a government where there are many ministers of each area. There is an education minister, there is a health minister, there is the chief minister at the head of all. So all these ministers together, they form the government, and they take care of the state and the people of the state. Govern. Govern is a verb. So this taking care by the government is known as govern. The government, it governs the state. Okay. So government, govern, or governor, these are all words that are related to state. Only governess, this word has nothing to do with the state. Governess is like a teacher who doesn't teach any particular subject, but she is supposed to teach the etiquettes and the manners to the children of a household. Okay, chalo. So this was very fun. I mean, this was funny, right? All of us, we got confused with govern and governor and government. Chalo. Let's go to question number 16. Fill in the blanks with most suitable word. A or an dash studies the stars. So a carpenter studies the stars. An astronomer studies the stars. A barber studies the stars. A doctor studies the stars. Who studies the stars? This is very easy. Who studies the stars? Who studies the stars? An astronomer. An astronomer. Okay. An astronomer studies the stars. Who is a carpenter? A carpenter is a person who makes things out of wood, who makes your tables, chairs, who makes things out of wood. See, I will tell you something. So there are some children who are really interested in the questions, and there are some children who are having fun. What you guys are doing is you are distracting the others, right? If you want to have fun, have it afterwards, have it after the class. Don't have it right now, okay? So who is a barber? A barber is the one who trims your hair. Who trims your hair? He is a barber. And who is a doctor? A doctor is who treats people. Who treats people. Okay. Now come to question number 17. So which one was your correct answer? Your correct answer was astronomer for question number 16. Okay, question number 17. A or an dash is a judge in a game. A sergeant is a judge in a game. A player is a judge in a game. A referee is a judge in a game. An advocate is a judge in a game. Astronomy is the study for the stars. Astrology is the people who want to go for look through your palm reading. Palm reading is astrology, and astronomy is the studies for stars. Okay, that is the difference of astronomy and astrology. Govern is when you try to take care of the state. That is when you are governing the state. What is the government doing? The government is taking care of the state. That means the government is governing the state. Okay. Okay. We are in question number 17. Referee. We are in question number 17. Correct answer is referee. So a referee is a judge in a game. Often you will be confused when you see this word judge. You will see the word judge and you will relate it to advocate. But you will have to read the question properly. Okay. So judge in a game is the referee. Who is an advocate? An advocate is the one who practices law in the court. A player, obviously, who plays the game. And sergeant is someone who is the doctor who does the operations and everything. They are the sergeants, right? Okay. Coming to question number 18. A or an helps in construction of buildings. One who helps in constructions of building. An architect, a lawyer, a carpenter, a teacher. An architect, a lawyer, a carpenter, a teacher. Who helps in construction of buildings? An architect helps in construction of building. What does the lawyer do? The lawyer argues the case. The lawyer they argues or they practices law in the court. The carpenter, he makes things out of the wood, and the teacher who teaches the students, right? Okay, very good. Come to question number 19. Interesting. So in question number 19, now you will have to find out the synonyms. So earlier we had talked about homophones. Earlier of this class, we had talked about homophones. Today now we are going to talk about synonyms. What are synonyms? Synonyms are two words, those have the closest meaning. It can be the same to same similar meaning, or it's the closest meaning. Okay, the closest meaning, that is the synonyms. Okay, so the first word is confess. To know the synonyms or to identify the synonyms, you will have to know the meaning of the words. If you know the meaning of the words, then only it will be easy for you to identify the synonyms. Your first word is confess. You will have to find out the synonym of confess. Question number 19. Question number 19b, admit is your correct word. The meaning of confess is to admit something. You might have done something and you are admitting it, that yes, I have done it. I have fought with him, or any such thing. So admit is the correct word, is the correct synonym. Hide has nothing to do with confess. If you are confessing, if you are admitting something, that means you cannot hide. So hide is totally the opposite of confessing. Computer has nothing to do with confess. Reject has nothing to do with confess. They are not even related remotely. So your correct word is admit. Coming to question number 20, disappointed. This is very easy. Disappointed, when you are disappointed, you become sad. When you are disappointed, you become sad. Do you become joyful? No, this is the opposite of disappointed. Think has nothing to do with disappointment. Rage is to get angry, but then when you are disappointed, at times you get angry, but mostly you get sad, right? Okay. Come to question number 21. Furious. Oh, my mother is furious. Why? Because I have not done the homework. Furious. So what is the meaning of, or what is the synonym of furious? Furious. Question number 21. Furious is angry. So when someone gets angry, you can use a better word, that she is furious or he is furious, right? Fighter, honest or courageous, these have nothing to do with furious. Okay. Come to question number 22. Giggle. 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 Giggle is what? 22. Question number 22. Giggle is synonymous to cackle. Both these words means to laugh actually. To laugh, not to smile. To laugh, giggle. They are giggling. So they are laughing. These words are related to laugh. Okay, eat, yawn, sleep, they have nothing to do with giggle. Okay, come to question number 23, imitate. Come to question number 23, imitate. 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 Question number 23, imitate. You often imitate your teachers, right? How the teachers talk. Oh, science ma'am talks like this. You will not talk in my class. You imitate your friends, how your friends walk, how your friends talk. So what do you think can be the meaning of imitate or the synonym of imitate? Question number 23. Question number 23. C is your correct option. Copy. Imitate is to copy. You often copy your teachers for fun. You often copy your siblings or your friends to have fun, right? To imitate. Clash has nothing to do with imitate. Quick, no, or truth. These are not even related to imitate. Okay? Okay. Come to question number 24. Come to question number 24. Now you will have to choose the correct antonym. So synonyms were the closest meaning. Antonyms are the opposite meaning. Antonyms are the opposite meanings. See, you often get confused over here only. In the question paper, we will ask for synonyms. You will go and circle the antonym and come. We will ask for antonym. You will go and circle the synonym and come. This is where you need to take care. Antonyms are opposites. Now you will have to find out the opposite of afraid. You need to find out the opposite of afraid. Question number 24. Very good. Fearless. What you would have done is, till now we were doing synonym. You would have seen afraid. You would have seen scared. You would circle scared and you would come. Right? Because you have not read the question that now you are supposed to identify the opposite. So scared, this is synonymous. Scared, this is synonym of afraid. Anxious, shocked, these are related to afraid, but the opposite is fearless. Fearless. Afraid is when you have a lot of fear, and fearless is the opposite of afraid. Come to question number 25, brief. Come to question number 25, brief. Brief means short. Brief means short. Brief, the meaning of brief is short. Question number 25. Question number 25. Yes, your correct opposite is lengthy. Your correct opposite is lengthy. Now, fast, begin, sharp. These have nothing to do with the word brief. Okay, come to question number 26, break. Come to question number 26, break. The opposite of break. Question number 26, opposite of break is connect. Rupture, crack. These are two synonyms of break. Rupture and crack. These are synonyms to break. And gap, when you are breaking something, you are creating a gap, right? So that is also related to break. But the opposite of break is to connect. You have broken something, now you are trying to connect it. Broken internet connection, right? Ma'am, I have a broken internet connection. Okay, I am trying to connect the internet. That is how antonyms are. Okay, come to question number 27, convince. Convince. You are trying to convince your parents that you want to go for shopping. You are trying to convince your parents that you want to go for shopping. Now, what can be the opposite of convince? Question number 27, opposite of convince can be confuse. Opposite of convince can be confuse. Okay, now come to question number, अच्छा, convince का मतलब क्या है? Convince का मतलब है मनाना. आप अपने पेरेंट्स को मनाना चाहते हैं कि मुझे शॉपिंग ले चलो, मुझे शॉपिंग ले चलो. That is convince. और confuse क्या है कि आपने confuse कर दिया. आपको शॉपिंग में जाके क्या खरीदना है? शर्ट खरीदना है, क्लोथ्स खरीदना है, कंप्यूटर खरीदना है, मोबाइल खरीदना है, क्या खरीदना है? That's the opposite of being convinced. Okay? Okay. चलो conceal पे आओ. 28. Come to question number 28. Conceal. Conceal. Conceal मतलब cover कर देना. Conceal मतलब cover कर देना. So this is synonym of conceal. Conceal wires. Conceal wiring. आजकल फ्लैट्स में रहता है ना concealed wirings, कि आपको तार दिखे ही ना. So that is concealed. To cover. So this is the synonym. What can be the opposite of conceal? 28. C. To expose. So जो cover है वो concealed है, और जो दिख रहा है that is exposed. Exposed, which is not covered. The food is exposed. Food किसी ने cover नहीं किया. Right? So the opposite of conceal is to expose. और ये जो private चीजें हमेशा conceal रहता है, cover रहता है, hide, these are all related to conceal. Synonymous to conceal. Expose is the antonym of conceal. And now come to the last two questions. Question number 29. Acha. Choose the correct sentence formed by the given jumbled words. So these words are jumbled. You will have to place them properly, arrange them properly, and then you will have to frame a correct sentence. This question mark is also included. So frame the correct sentence from these words and tell me which one is the correct sentence. This is question number 29. If you say we can share the food, this is wrong because there is a question mark. And we can share the food, there should have been a full stop. It's a statement. It's not a question. Which one is the correct option of 29? 29C is the correct option. Can we share the food? So you are using the question mark to frame this question. Can we share the food? What about question number A? Can we the food share? Jumble. This is wrong. Doesn't make any sense. What about option D? Can we share the food? Question mark has been used in the middle. बीच में question mark नहीं use कर सकते. So this is also wrong. Your correct option is option number C. Come to the last question. Question number 30. Monks look like angel sharks. Which one is the correct one? Question number 30. C is the correct one. Angel sharks look like monks. So that is the correct sentence. Okay. So that's all for today. It was a very interesting class and I hope this helps you in enhancing your vocabulary. What you can do is, what my suggestion is, every day read 5 new words. Make your own list of words. Write their meanings, write their synonyms, write their antonyms in your notebook and read them every day. Then only you will be able to learn many new words which will be helpful for your Olympiad exam. Okay? Okay. That's all for today. We will again meet next week. Bye-bye. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you in the next week. Have fun.